All right, let's talk about how most air conditioning systems are installed with the piping. So here's a location where we used to have an AC unit. We took it out. We're actually changing it to a different location, but I'm going to show you here what typically happens. Contractors make a nice hole somewhere in your exterior of your building, and they put copper pipes through, and then they try to silicone, right, or somehow seal, which is, you've got remnants of this stuff right here, which of course over time fails, but also you're sealing up against a soft insulation surface. But the bigger problem that we have here is the fact that a lot of these situations, now this is stucco, so it's masonry, we have copper pipes that are touching concrete, right, or some sort of concrete, but even if they're not touching concrete, they're touching some kind of structure. And these pipes, believe it or not, they're not just stationary, they move. As the AC unit turns on, turns off, or whether it's a heat pump or AC only, you're going to get expansion and contraction of copper, and you're going to get slight movement against the surfaces. And what happens is that it keeps rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and over time we find a lot of leaks that happened right there at this penetration point, on top of eating away at the structure, on top of being an entry point for bugs, but also especially against concrete. What happens is there's a couple things. There's a corrosion risk, right? Concrete's porous. It can hold moisture, which it can accelerate copper corrosion, especially in the presence of salt, acids, and high alkalinity. There's an alkaline reaction, right, where fresh concrete is highly alkaline, probably something like a pH 12 or 13, which can cause chemical reactions with copper, leading to surface oxidation and corrosion. There's also staining, like when the copper turns green over here, it starts to stain. Right? So a lot of things that are not great with just penetrating with pure copper pipes out the building, whether it's either concrete or not concrete. It's just not good, right? And silicone's just not really the answer as a nice long-term solution. So let me show you what we did when we moved this AC unit to a different part of the house. All right, so here we have another penetration at another point in the house, and you can see that it's encompassed in this whole box. So first of all, we are protecting, and there's a gasket around here, we're protecting, waterproofing the integrity of the house. Stucco, any other surface, as we get water infiltration, we start to have problems in the building. That's number one. Number two, you can see that this is nice and tight here. Forms a tight connection where you don't have any entry point for moisture, for bugs, for things of that sort. So not only is it a cleaner look, but it also protects the house and protects the piping.